All right. It says, therefore, I take pleasure in what?
Infirmity.
In what else?
Reproaches.
In what else?
Necessities.
In what?
Persecution.
And in what else?
Distress.
For what sake?
Christ's sake.
All that stuff that don't feel good.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yes, sir.
What infirmities feel like?
Not wonderful, not good at all.
He said, not wonderful. What they feel like? Come on, talk to me. Huh? Y'all know what it is? It's when you lack strength. But this don't happen to Christians.
Come on now.
Huh?
Come on now. Yes, sir.
Want of strength.
Yeah.
Y'all get that?
Yes, sir.
To restrain corrupt desires.
All right.
Y'all get that?
Amen.
What I just say? That stuff will drain you sometime, won't it? You know what else he said? To bear trials and troubles. Do that take the strength out of you?
Yes, sir.
But it feel good, don't
No.
it? Huh?
No.
Quit playing.
Come on now.
Y'all always feel good, right?
No.
When y'all, come on, let me read them one more time, okay? When you lack strength, you feel good.
No.
Huh?
No, sir.
When you're bearing troubles and trials, it feels good.
No, sir.
Come on now. When you restrain corrupt desires, how does that feel?
Man.
When you're frail, feeble
Yeah.
in mind or body.
Yeah.
You see, these are the type of things that have us on the verge of what? Of quitting. But we don't experience that kind of stuff because we're Christians. We're Christian. We don't experience that kind of stuff. Guess what? If we have not experienced this kind of stuff, we will experience this kind of stuff.
Amen. Come on now.
Did y'all know that?
Yes, sir. Come on now.
Now, I'm going to show you what happens. Because he said infirmities. What else?
Reproaches.
What's that word?
Reproaches.
What?
Reproaches.
Reproaches. What that mean?
Insult.
Insolence. Okay? Y'all get that?
Yes, sir.
Mental injury and wantonness. Inflictions. Right? Inflicted by the violence of a tempest, even. Y'all get that? Hurt. Harm. Y'all experience any hurt and harm? Necessities. What are those? Imposed either by the circumstance or by your duties. Y'all get that? Or by your duties. Calamity, when we're in the straits.
Yeah.
Are y'all getting all this? That's when we're in need.
Yes, sir.
Christians don't experience this kind of stuff. Because every time we get even a little sad, Jesus shows up and we better. Right? And there's always somebody there to talk to. Huh? Always.
No.
A way out. When we're going through these type of things, we can pray in the name of Jesus. And 5 minutes later, blessings just show up out of nowhere. Huh? That would be nice, wouldn't it? But that ain't the way it is it?
No, sir.
Come on, people of God. What else he say? Persecution. Y'all know what that is, don't you? That when people do all kind of stuff against you because you live for God. Name a few. Talking about you. Misuse, disown, misjudging. Right? Oh, Lord. Them is tough. What's the last one? Distresses. Extreme afflictions. Okay? Anguish. Calamity. Right? But Christians don't go through nothing like this. I'm going to ask y'all a funny question now. A funny question. You ready for this question, Brother D'Angelo? Can I ask you? Which one of these things did you not go through when you was not living for Jesus? I'm going to ask that question one more time. Which one of these things did you not go through before you lived for Jesus? Which one of these things did you not go through? Now talk to me for a second. Let's just keep it real. I know. Answer my question. Which one of these things on this list, Brother Tsiyon, did you not go through before you lived for Jesus? I want to hear a collective. I want to hear a big old collective answer. There we go. Because all of us know that before we lived for Jesus, we went through these things. Every day, we kept going for something. Tell me the truth in this place. Every day, we face these same trials, but we kept going for something. Now watch this. How many of us really truly complained about those things that we suffered? Boy, you ain't fit to sit up here and say that. I know you're not fit to sit up here and tell the truth like that. That when we would fast forward for the devil and we suffered pain and affliction, not one time did we complain. We just, whatever kept us going and striving, we kept reaching for that thing. Whatever was driving us, we kept going. And you're telling me that? Oh, Lord. Some of the same stuff that we face in the world, why is it that when we get on this side of the cross and start living for Jesus, these same things make us want to give up? Because I know that, look, we all got different names, but we wired just about the same. All of us, you know, we went through it. How many of us didn't want to do what we were doing, especially when it hurt? Come on, watch this. Let's just call it a relationship right quick. Let's just say if it was a woman or a man that was your driving factor. Huh? And because of that driving factor, because of the love that we had for that driving factor, you see, we fought for the relationship. Even though some days it felt like infirmities, reproaches, necessities, persecutions, and distress. And I'm going to tell you something. Some of us even went through these things and was happy about it. You know what? We listen to songs that say that they are special kind of food. Huh? You know, we took pride in telling a woman, in telling a man, oh, I'll go hungry for you. I'll give up. I'll give you the sun and the moon and the stars and the mountains. I'll give you the world. Even if it came at the expense of us losing everything, we were still willing to do it for our driving factor. Tell me the truth now. Come on, tell me the truth. Y'all really tell me. Am I really walking up and down the pathways and hallways of your heart right now? I know I am. Because we all got different names, but we wired just about the same. That driving factor is powerful.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you what a driving factor should do if we live for Jesus.
All right.
What is the driving factor? And I'm going to show you what it should do when we live for Jesus. He said, for, watch this, when I am weak,
Yeah.
then what?
I am strong.
Give him the next verse. What he's saying? I am become a fool. Uh-oh, I guess we still a special kind of fool. He said, I am become even a fool in glory. You have compelled me, for I ought to have been commended of you, for in nothing am I behind the very chiefest apostle, though I be what? Nothing. He was willing to go through everything, right? He knew who he was, but I'm going to tell you something, that was a part of the driving factor. Go back up, I'm going to show you what it is. He said, for whose sake?
Christ.
Oh, Lord. So in other words, he was willing to go through what he went through. Watch this. Infirmities.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yeah.
Reproaches.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. And this is real as it gets, man. If you had a couple of pieces of chicken and you have a child, huh?
Amen.
And you know them couple of pieces of chicken are only going to be enough for your baby. Ain't it amazing how the driving factor kicks in of wanting to see the child happy? So, when he say, for Christ, see, look, we're going to do this for the baby's sake, right? Ain't it amazing how when it come down for the children's sake, we don't mind giving up them pieces of chicken. Is everybody with me? Is everybody with me? Oh, you and your wife, you see, you got goals, you got aims, and it's going to take a certain amount of money, right? And so them overtime hours, am I right, you're going to put them in, right? You're going to put out, even though it may be infirmities, reproaches, and necessities at times, you're going to do that, right? See, because of your driving factor, you're going to do whatever it takes to get what your driving factor is leading you to do done. Am I right about it? And guess what? We don't have a problem with it. But what's wrong with Christians, though? I say, what's wrong with Christians, though? Why is it that we can give up stuff for the baby? We can give up stuff for the goals and ambition. We can give up stuff for the worldly friend. We know we didn't have all that time, but yet we went out anyway and stayed all night and had to get up the next morning. But if God had for a little overnight time, though. But if God asked us to get up early the next morning, though. Am I making a little sense? Why is it that we didn't mind suffering on the other side of the cross, but then we come to Jesus and everything is a problem? Go ahead.
I believe it has something to do with on the side without Christ. That was all we knew. We thought this was it, and so we just continued to fight for it. We had a mindset that this is all I got, and we just do what I got to do. But on this side, we realized there's a choice. And so, you can let go of this so-called...
We realize that now it's a choice as though we didn't have a choice in the first place. Did we have a choice in the first place? We did have a choice. Huh?
We wasn't aware of the Christ choice.
We wasn't necessarily aware. I have to agree with that. But you're saying why?
That might be some of the reason, because on Christ's side, we feel like it's a choice.
No, I know the reason. I know the reason. Can I allow everybody to understand the reason?
Go ahead.
Because when he says he went through, watch this, infirmities, reproach, necessities, persecution, distress for Christ's sake. Y'all get that? For whose sake?
Christ's sake.
So that was the determining factor. That was the driving force for doing it for Christ's sake. Look, that excuse is good, but I'm going to tell you the real reason. It's because the love that we're supposed to have for Christ, to do it for Christ's sake, we have more love for the world and the driving factors of the world. That's the real problem. If we just be all the way honest about it. I need to open up the doors of the church right there. Is there anybody here that's been having a different driving factor because of a greater love than the one they have for Jesus? Come down to the front right now. Because it's just that real, people of God. We love the things of the world more than what we love Christ. When we come on this side, we cry babies, we wimps. Every time the wind blow one direction or this one, we ready to give up. We ready to go bad on people. We ready to stay at home and not come to church. We ready to forfeit our salvation for this and that. All behind us not loving Christ, the driving and determining factor in our lives more than what we had when we were in the world. And he was willing to go through it all. Come on, go back down. I want you to pick up at verse 12. He said, truly the signs of an apostle were wrought among you in all. So, in other words, he was letting them know, man, for Christ's sake. In other words, in the things that he mentioned, he said he'd take pleasure in them. Why? Because Christ was his determining factor. And as the people observed his fruit, I'm going to show you what this is. He said, truly the signs of an apostle were wrought among you. He said, look, in other words, when you examine my life, you couldn't find anything different than what an apostolic behavior should be. Now, let me ask you something. Because, see, if he was in afflictions and necessities and it caused him to become distracted, do you think he would have had the same report? And with that, what are we that people are looking to us to be? Because if we got people looking to us to be things and we got the wrong determining or driving factor, if it's not for Christ's sake, are y'all getting me a little bit? You see, and we have to compare when I was outside of Jesus and how I had them determining factors and done everything with, at times cheerfulness, I allowed myself to suffer certain things because I know I wanted what I wanted. Right? And so now he's saying, me as an apostle, I suffer certain things because I know I want what I want. I want to please Jesus. So yeah, I take pleasure in doing it for Jesus because it's all good. Just like we took pleasure at doing it for a woman, doing it for some money, doing it for some attention. We took pleasure, and now the Lord wants to put this thing in proper perspective. You see? Because if we don't understand this, this just might show up at judgment day. God gonna say, well, you wouldn't do it for me, but you done it for her, huh? God gonna say, you wouldn't do it for me, but you done it for a certain amount of money, huh? You got up every day and you was happy about doing it for them, but you couldn't do it for me. Ain't that gonna be a problem? See, this is the type of thing that help us to take pleasure in the things that we suffer. Why? Because Jesus is our determining factor. He said, man, truly the sign of an apostle was wrought among you. In what? Patience. Amen. In patience. Amen. That means, watch this. You saw me going through things, right? Do people see us going through things? Huh? See, look, watch this. Look. Come on, let's just talk about it for a minute. A person been lost their mama and their dog in the same week. Halfway got the flu. Matter of fact, don't even know what it is. Ear hurting, head hurting, feet hurting, still be getting up in there to work. Still be, and you know what we say? Cause it's about our glory. Huh? It's about our shine. And it's about our bank account. We strive on in that bad boy. And folks be like, you here after all you going through? See, we get that pride looked in. Yeah. God is good. You like my new dress? Tell me I'm lying. I'm telling you, we just got different names, but we wired about the same. Listen, I know what I'm talking about, people of God.
Come on, man.
But how is it that when now we're supposed to be Christians and people are looking to us, to be on the job, to be all that we're supposed to be, where we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to be, Come on, when it comes down to enduring, now we should have even more endurance. Yeah. Watch this. In signs, in wonders, in what? Mighty deeds. Y'all see that? So, in other words, in every hour and aspect, he was supposed to do what he was supposed to be doing. He was doing what he was supposed to be doing. To the utmost, thank you. To the utmost, doing what he was supposed to be doing. Come on, people of God, we got to think about that for a minute. Are we doing what we're supposed to be doing? Are we doing it? You see, it's not going to always feel good. You see, if we done in life what only felt good, we'd all be dead.
Yes, sir. Come on, man.
Huh?
Come on.
That means we can't listen to what don't feel good.
Yeah, come on.
Huh? Let's take that off the table. Let's take the listening to what don't feel good off the table. Are y'all ready for it? We're going to just take off the table. Okay, we're going to start at listening to what don't feel good. Okay, did it feel good when mama popped your hand and told you not to stick that paper clip in that electric socket? Okay, so basically how many would have been dead right there? Did it feel good when mama caught you up under the kitchen sink about to drink some Drano, you see? And she popped your hand and she said, boy, I bet not ever catch you. And she lost her mind, really. You see? And that didn't feel too good. Matter of fact, we began to cry and weep a little bit, didn't we? You see, the truth be told, there are some things, right, that may not feel good, but they are good. You see, watch this, people of God. I'm going to tell you something. We got to understand this. You see, the road to heaven is paved with the trials that we face. The road to heaven is paved in the adverse circumstance. But see, what's going to get us on up that road is our driving and determining factor. See, it has to be for Christ's sake and about Christ's sake and not our sake. And see, that's how, when it comes down to truly showing signs of what we're supposed to be in Christ, that's when those things truly show up. But how many people can't display these fruits? Because it's all about our sake, our mama's sake, our children's sake, our job's sake, our family, our money's sake. How many people can't display what God will really have them to display because of these things? Because they have the wrong driving and determining factors. Lord have mercy. Now, I want to show you something else. Go to Matthew 26 and 41. Matter of fact, I want to start at verse 38 for me. It says, then said he unto them, and that was Peter and the two sons of Zebedee. He said, my soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. He said, tarry you here and watch with me. And he went a little farther and fell on his face, and he prayed, saying, O Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thy will.
All right.
Amen.
Listen, people of God, I don't know if y'all quite caught that.
Come on now.
I don't know if y'all... See, listen, this is why the Apostle Paul said what he said. He said, he pleasures in the things that he suffered for Christ's sake.
Yes, sir.
Why would that man do that? Why would that man be willing to undergo certain trials and circumstances inflicted upon himself? Why would he do that? For Jesus' sake. Why? Because Jesus done it for his sake. Even in the midst of people letting him down, he still did it for our sake. Yeah. Listen, people of God, I'm going to tell you right now, just because people don't hold up their end of the bargain, you make sure that you do. People are not your determining factor. God is. Don't let what somebody else not doing make you not go on and do what you're supposed to do. Now, and he went a little farther. Watch this. I want to show you something. And he came unto his disciples, found them sleeping. This is what he told Peter. What? You couldn't watch for 1 hour? I'm going to show you what Jesus told him. And see, this is a part of our problem. He said this. Watch and pray. You know what that means?
What's that?
Can I be real with you, Sir Jeremy?
Go ahead.
You know how you sitting down? That's in position to go to sleep, ain't it?
Come on now.
How about laying down, though? Huh?
Yeah.
That's a great position to sleep in. When you lay down, sometimes you lay down and the head still be up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? And then something watch you. But when that head to go down, when it had to go down, then we know it's going down. But Jesus said, watch. Laying down on my side ain't no position to watch in. Sitting down ain't no position to watch in. See, to be watching, I'm going to have to stand up. And then there's something, how there are some that automatically comes along with standing up. You know what it is? Waking up. See, people of God, I'm going to tell you something. See, if they would have only understood who they had the privilege to do that for. See, if they would only understood, if Jesus was really filling their heart to be their determining factor, then they would have took pleasure in serving Jesus over the sleep. Listen, but how many times, because of what we wants to do, see, that sleep became a determining factor. I don't know too many things feel better than sleep. I'm going to be real with you. Especially sleeping when you ain't supposed to sleep. Ain't it something, huh? How the accidental sleep just feels so good. Can I get a witness? I'm gonna hit old Baptist preach on you. Can I get a witness? Ain't it something how that accidental, you know, you weren't intended on going to sleep, but you somehow went to sleep. And boy, that sleep how you hooping when you wake up. Listen, because that sleep is good. Well, we were told once before that stolen waters are sweeter. Ain't it something how everything that we got going on pertaining to the flesh is sweeter? Huh? It tastes better. Huh? Come on, that flesh gets you on little old bitty simple things. You know that? Watch this. Can I just keep it all the way real? Come on, flesh. Come on, flesh. Listen to me right quick. What you want, flesh? A banana pudding or a banana? What do you want? What you want? What you want, flesh? You want a orange or orange dreamsicle pop? That flesh, ain't it crazy how that flesh always want what he don't need? Ain't it something how that flesh can be a serious, strong, determining factor? Ain't it something how we should not follow the lust of the flesh, but the spirit, right? And we won't fulfill, listen to me, and we won't fulfill the desires thereof. We won't fulfill the lust thereof if we just simply learn how to follow the Spirit of God. Now, Jesus had and was filled with the Spirit of God. That means when Jesus started talking, we have the intent on doing. Now, when Jesus taught, they should have had the intent on doing. Jesus should have been their determining factor. He said, watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. He said the spirit indeed, make no mistake about it, is willing. But it's that flesh that's weak. Boy, I'm telling y'all something. That flesh want what it want. See, this is why we were able to be cussed out, hung up on, lied on, and lied to. And we still chase them.
Watch out now. Look.
That you're kind of fool. Boy, I can't sing that too much. Cheated on. Huh? Back turned on. And we were still, Keyshawn, we were dialing them 10 digits. Look, we get to that, watch this. We get to that last digit and be thinking. You know what we thinking? What can I say? How do I say it? Am I calling back too soon? Huh? Talk to me. And I'm gonna tell you something, because that flesh was driving us, and what that flesh wanted, I'm gonna tell you what we're doing. We pushed the button anyway. Huh? And whether it came out right or whether it came out wrong, it came out. And whatever we had to suffer as a result, we didn't mind. Tell me I'm lying. I'm not talking about it. And we go through all kind of stuff. Come on now. Watch this. How many times? Broke his, I almost said something terrible. I almost said broke as you were, broke as we was. Watch this. And then we be trying to impress somebody. We be trying to impress somebody. Come on now. We know how to make it look good. Huh? We went up there. I'm going to show you what we done. We took that $20 bill. We said, give me about 20 of them ones for this $20 bill. Give me about 20. Matter of fact, can you change out 2 of them? Well, I might have to give you a couple of 5 for that. Come on, give me that right there. Give me that right there. Take this money and give me that right there. And we went up with our $40 whole dollars. Where we take her to? And this, huh? He forgot his wife was sitting there for a minute, boy. He had to stop that. He forgot his wife was sitting there for a minute, like, oh, Jesus, that's nothing, Pastor. I ain't taking nowhere, Pastor. Hey, man, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Maybe I remember where he take her. Not you, where he, look, he took her to Chowder's. Huh? He took her to Chowder's, right? I'm going to tell you what he done. Because look, I think this is where ordering your woman food come from. I know where ordering your woman food come from. Because you know you order the woman food first, right? Huh? See, that was invented for brothers like me back in the day. What's it? We be like, what you want? And she say, give me, I want the steak. I want the 8-ounce steak. Huh? I want the 8-ounce steak. I want the mashed potatoes with that little stuff right there. I want the broccoli with the cheese in it. And you smart. You say, well, what kind of drink you want? Well, I want me some water with some lemon, and I want one of them wine things that lady over there at that table got, right? Do you want some dessert? Yeah, I want one of them cookies with that ice cream and stuff off in it. You say, okay, and you calculating all this in your mind, and you already went online and saw their menu and know their prices, and so you done got all this figured out, right? And you know that's about $30, so you got 10 left, okay? So when the waitress come out all of a sudden, and she take that order from you and give me this, and you order with pride, and she say, right, well, what can I get for you? I'll take a salad and some water. How much is that water, by the way? Lemon, do the lemon cost extra? The lemon cost extra? No, don't put the lemons in. Huh? Tell the truth. And you know what? We done it with Gladys. We done it with Gladys. Look, watch this. Boy, see, I'm going to tell you where this stuff came from now. We started ordering first for our benefit. I'm going to tell you, because you look at some people dashboard. Huh? You know where it tell how much gas you got? When they tell the temperature of your car, when they tell how fast you're going. See, some people get the little picture and put it in the dashboard. See, that was for our benefit, people of God. I'm telling you. Watch this. We use that to cover up how much gas we got because we put just a little bit of gas just to get on the date, and we don't want to see that quarter of a tank of gas, and we suffered all of it happily for. Yeah. I'm telling the truth. What? Been and called Big Mama and asked for some gas money. Look, I'm going to tell you something. Now I want y'all to hear all this and hear all this right here. When it come down to what that flesh wanted, he was willing to suffer. Huh? And take all kind of risks to get what he wanted. Now, when we come to Jesus, watch this. I'm going to tell you, we ain't willing to take no risk. We've been looking at that tithe money. Huh? We be like, well, if I pay the tithe money, I ain't going to have no gas for the rest of the week. Oh, no, I don't take chances. But you was willing to take it for the woman and for the man and for what we wanted to do, though. Come on, pay attention right quick. That's because the flesh and what it wanted was our determining and driving factor. See, we got to be willing to suffer any and everything. We got to be willing to take all kind of risks. Every prophet, every apostle, the Lord himself, life was a whole risk. We got to be willing to take the same risks in life. He didn't even have a place to lay his head. It was a risk just to have a place to lay down at night. Yeah, we can take some risks. Listen, people of God, we gotta have our perspective straight when it comes down to this kind of stuff. We can't let the Lord see us living more zealously on the side for hell than what we do for the side of heaven. We can't let the Lord see that in us. Oh Lord. Now, let's go to Isaiah 40 and 29. Praise God. Come on, watch this. Look at what they said. See, and I want to let y'all know straight up. Okay? We didn't have this kind of power in the world. We didn't have this kind of, look, if we ran out of string, we gave up. You know it? And all of us know, even though we did do all them things at times, you know enough was enough. I'm going to stop calling her then. I'm going to quit this job then. I ain't buying her nothing then. You see? And there was a point in time when enough was enough. But see, watch this. When we got to that point, you see, and enough was enough, we were able to give up. I'm going to show you that in Christ it's different now. Watch this. He gives power to the faint. That's when I would have, listen, Sister Nene, Mama, listen, that when I would have just passed out, that's when I couldn't take no more. That's when I wanted to give up, man. I wanted to throw in the towel. Look, the Lord say he'll arrive at that point. Yeah. Listen, that's when God arrives, people of God. He said he gives power to the faint. That's through the Spirit of God when he comforts you in your affliction. When he gives you an encouraging word. When he reminds you of a scripture. When he sends someone inspirational your way. He gives power to the faint. And to them that have no might. People of God, I know y'all have been there. Somebody might be there right now. Somebody might have been there earlier today, yesterday, I don't know. But the truth be told, we've all been there. Life is hard sometimes. But the next time life get hard, I pray that the Holy Spirit remind you of this. Listen, sometimes we gotta learn to look to the hill from whence coming our help. My help comes from the Lord. Listen, people of God, we better know like we know. We all get tired. I get tired. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I get tired and drained. Sleepless nights. But ain't it amazing how God always show up? Ain't it amazing how, listen, when you at your lowest point, man, God end up some kind of way. See, we be having these self-conversations about how bad we feel. You know? And about how we tired of this and ain't gonna put up with that and how we need to do this and do that. Ain't it amazing how the Lord always just find himself in the middle of that self-conversation? Ain't that amazing, people of God? The Lord always know how to squeeze himself in the margin. Because it is his intention. Meaning, God sits up and think about this kind of stuff. How can I give them power in the midst of their faith? See, God thinks about, we don't even think about that all the time. Look, sometimes we don't even be preparing ourselves, studying, fasting. Sometimes we don't be preparing ourselves to survive. God thinks about it when we don't even think about it sometimes. God sits up and think about it. How can I give power to them that will faint? God sits up and think about how in the midst of an unforeseen circumstance, he will create a whole different circumstance by just putting power in our hearts, by just reminding us what we're doing it for. Come on, for Christ's sake. By just reminding us that we do it for Christ's sake because Christ did it for our sake. See, we love him because he first loved us. Come on, people of God, y'all know what it is. To them that have no might, he increased strength. Yes, Lord. I tell y'all what, 1 Corinthians 8 and 7.
All right.
Howbeit, there is not in every man that knowledge. He said, for some were conscious of an idol. Unto this hour eat it as a thing offered unto an idol. And their conscience being weak is what? Defiled. Let's keep going. But meat commend us not to God, for neither if we eat are we the better, neither if we eat not are we the worse. But take heed lest by any means this what? Liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak. He said, for if any man see thee which has knowledge sit at meat in the idol's temple, shall not the conscience of him which is weak be emboldened to eat those things which are offered to idols? And through thy knowledge shall the weak brother what? Perish, for whom Christ died. But when you sin so against the brethren and wound their weak conscience, you sin against Christ. Listen, people of God, I want to tell you something. at times, see, some of us are strong. And I'm going to tell y'all what the apostle said one day. He said that, watch this. He said that all things were lawful, but not everything was expedient. You see? Now, what is an idol? It's absolutely nothing at all. What is a God? There ain't but one God, the creator of heaven and earth. An idol is some man carved out of wood or something. It's absolutely nothing. It is not even, it is the most farthest away from reality that you can get. Okay? So to you, you may say, oh, there ain't nothing. It's just, we good. An idol ain't nothing. You know it's an idol, but you go eat it anyway. So basically what he's saying is this. A person that might not have conscience, that means self-knowledge, they might not fully understand that it may be wrong for them, in other words. And if we sit down and eat it in front of them, what he's saying is, look, watch this, go back up, look at verse 11. And through thy knowledge shall the weak brother perish for whom Christ died. We can call somebody to perish, look, because they don't fully understand. In other words, they may say, you eating to an idol, right? You may know ain't nothing wrong with it because you know you ain't serving no idols. But to them, they don't know that you don't think it's anything wrong with it. Am I making sense? They don't know that you know it's wrong because you're doing it. Y'all get that? And so they may look at you as an okay and a consent to do what's wrong. Y'all get that? People of God, I'm gonna tell y'all something. If y'all follow my message today, I'm trying to help you to understand this. God is concerned about weak people. God is concerned, look, about us having the right mindset when we get weak. Right? And so here I'm trying to show, look, if a person is weak, it should be our intention to make them stronger, not weaker. So in other words, what if we replace this sitting at meat at the idol's table with some things that we discuss? Okay. Right. Let's say if it's some things that we discussing, right? Yeah. And the person don't quite fully understand, right? Yeah. And then watch this. Because look, let's just say we got good intentions. Right? Let's just say we got good intention. We're not really trying to cause nobody conscious to get weaker. Are y'all following me? And so I'm saying that to say this. Everything ain't to be discussed in front of everybody. Amen. We all know Santa Claus is alive. Huh? But how many people done it because everybody else done it? Yeah. We know that big old man couldn't fit down the chimney nowhere. That same man that you said in the lap at the mall. Okay, see, you teach your children to be dumb anyway. Okay? Because they're looking at your fireplace and they're thinking about that big old man at the mall. And so what we've done, we've actually put him in the place of a God now. Because the only way he's going to fit down that chimney is he do some supernatural God-like stuff. Or maybe we start thinking he walked through the wall with the gift, you see? And look, we make him supernatural anyway because we say he can make it around the whole world in one night. You don't teach your kids to be dumb. You know? If grown folk just as dumb. Huh? Because the whole lie of that being Jesus' birthday ain't true in the first place. Jesus biblically wasn't even born in the wintertime now. December 25th was the birth in mythology, the birth of the sun god, the S-U-N God, not the S-O-N of God. Y'all get that? But how many people indulge in the same thing? And some people know it's a lie. They know it's wrong. They know Jesus wasn't born on no December 25th. But because you're doing it, you're giving somebody else with a weak conscience consent to do it. God is concerned for the weak. God don't want the weak to be falling in such a way, people of God. God wants the weak to be strengthened. God wants the weak to be imparted wisdom and knowledge to. We don't need to help people to do what's wrong. Amen. Come on, watch this. Let's keep going. Look at 1 Corinthians 9. Lord. Come on, 22. He said to the weak. To 22. He said to the weak became I as weak.
All right now.
Y'all see that? To the weak. Matter of fact, I want to show y'all this. Look at verse 19. He said, for though I be free from all men, yet have I made myself servant unto all, that I might gain the more. You see? Amen. What was his determining factor? To gain more for Christ's sake. Amen. And unto the Jews, I'm going to show you what he did. He said, to the Jews became I as a Jew, that I might gain the Jew. Yes, to them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. Right? You know what he was really saying? I tried not to come off too judgmental. You know? I try not to come off too judgmental. You see, as Christians, at times, we're very dogmatic. You know what I mean? Do y'all know what that word means? Y'all know what that, help me to know. I'm going to switch it up if you don't. Look, I would say this. We're so forthright with what we're doing. And with what we know and what we understand, to where we can't fully relate to people that don't understand it. We treat, because we've been studying the Bible for the last 2.5 years, we treat everybody like they should be on the same level that we are. Am I making a little sense now? And listen, and so when we address people, and we just gonna call them weak. When we address weak people that may not have the same knowledge as what we got, we come at them as though they have the same knowledge. Is y'all quiet because y'all guilty? Or is y'all quiet because y'all don't understand what I'm saying? We got some guilty folk in the house tonight. Come on, we can make a counseling session when we get done. It's okay. Listen, people of God. Listen. We have to learn. Okay, first of all, there was dealt to every man a measure of grace. Amen. Y'all understand? Yes, some man may be measured big grace. Yeah. Some man may be measured small grace. Yeah. You see? We're going to, watch this. We're going to listen and observe a lot of time before we talk. Y'all understand? Amen. Let's just call them Jehovah's Witnesses. How we handle? You crazy and a lie. Huh? Is that gonna work? No. I'm gonna tell you something. Watch this. You know what I start doing? Boy, look. I start saying Jehovah said. Sir Jarman, listen, bro. I'll be like, y'all, Jehovah did say that. Yeah. No, ain't other time I'm calling him God. I'm calling him Father. I'm calling him Lord. Right? Yeah. Listen, when I get in their face, I'm gonna say, Jehovah did say that. Yeah. Right? Yeah. When I get, listen, let's just keep it real now. Yeah. When I get with the Hebrew Israelites, you know what I'm gonna call them? I'm gonna call them the Most High. Yeah. The Most High did say that. Yeah, the Most High said that. Yeah. Shalom, brother. Yeah. Shalom. I'm gonna say, you know what? Yeshua did. Jehoshua did say that. I'm gonna use the correct terms. Why? Because if we come out too different,
All right now.
maybe we won't have a chance to get out all that we need to get out. You see? Don't run them off before you get a chance to tell them something. Because watch this. I'm gonna tell you the mistake that we make with the weak. We're too busy trying to tell them something that we can't tell them something. Does that make sense? See, it's not necessarily just about telling them something, but it's about telling them something where they'll listen and it'll sink in with that something. Am I making a little sense? You see, we can get caught up in just proving people wrong instead of helping them to be right. Oh man, I hope I'm making sense. We can't be too caught up in helping prove people wrong instead of helping them to be right. See, the apostle was more interested in helping people to be right instead of proving them to be wrong. You see, it had to come out with some care and some concern. You see, but if we're up front just putting them down, that's foolish. Just go over there and meet the pastor and just tell him, say, bro, everything you said in that little hoop session you had was just straight up foolishness. Well, you know, I'm sure you hear that and he say, well, how? I'd like to hear all that you're saying so I could be corrected, sir. I said, huh? You know he would. All them pastors like that. You know what I'm saying? Just humble and meek and kind, you know. They would tell you, you know. They would tell you just like they told Jesus when Jesus tried to help them, right? They said, well, Jesus, we're willing to listen to everything that you say, sir.
Come on now.
Messiah, line it out. Make it plain for us, Lord. Right? All the preachers do that, man.
Come on now.
What does it take, though? It take, watch this, to try to get them to feel like you're not an enemy to them.
All right.
You get that?
Yes, sir.
It takes trying to help them to understand something with them really feeling like we're really trying to help. Are y'all getting it? Are y'all really understanding what I'm saying? Watch this. We can be running people away from Jesus instead of bringing people to Jesus if they don't feel like we're genuinely concerned with them. Are y'all getting this just a little bit? Am I giving y'all news y'all can use? If it's something you can apply in your life tomorrow, praise God. Listen, I don't know how much time I got. I don't know how much time I got, but I wanna go over this verse, and we could get up out of here more than likely after this. Romans 4:20. How y'all feeling tonight? Good. All right. I kind of believe you. I kind of believe you because I heard two people say it.
Look, come on, get lit.
I know when we was in the club,
Look, get lit.
we all them little call and response situation.
Come on, get us another one in.
All the little call and response situation we used to find ourselves in at the club. Boy, look. Huh? The roof is on fire and all of that. You know, God is a consuming fire. I love y'all. Y'all like to have church, amen? Come on, watch this. I'm going to show you something. Oh, man. Ooh, Mama Joe, this is good. Man, look, this is good to my soul. I won't go back up to 16. I want to show you more than that because I told you this is the last verse, so I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to take me a little extra time. Watch this. He said, therefore, it is of faith that it might be by grace to the end the promise might be sure to all the seed, all right, not to that only which is of the law, but to that also which is of faith of who? Who is the Father of us all. He said, as it is written, I have made thee a father of many nations. Before him whom he believed, right? Even God, who quickeneth the dead and called those things which be not as though they were. Y'all get that? All right, let's keep going. He said, who against hope believed in hope, that he might become the father of many nations. According to that which was spoken, so shall thy seed be. And being not what? Abraham wasn't weak in faith. But how many of you know that he was troubled? How many of you know that in mind, I'm sure he had some major concern. But notice what your word says. He was not weak in faith. Look, people of God, we got to learn how to understand this sometimes. Okay? Look, being troubled should have nothing to do with being weak in faith. Being troubled should have nothing to do with being weak in faith. Listen, people of God. See, when we have faith, that don't mean that we ain't gonna be disturbed.
All right.
Y'all understand? That don't mean we won't be disturbed. And look, if that's the case, Jesus sinned because he was disturbed. If that's the case, Jeremiah, Elijah, Elisha, all of them, John the Baptist, all of them, when he was, thrown in prison, I'm sure he was disturbed. See, all of God's people have been disturbed. Abraham was no exception to the rule. Look, we're going to feel disturbed sometimes. Look, life is not going to go the way that we want it to go all the time. Or do it. One of y'all got golden road already. One of y'all walking through Elysian fields already. Okay, I didn't think so. We all still here. Amen. And if you was there, I was going to tell you better wake up before it's too late. But we're going to go through.
Yes, sir.
We're going to go through. Just because we start to serve Jesus don't mean we're not going to go through something. Watch this. The Lord told Abraham to come out from his father's house.
All right.
He told him to step away from his whole family.
Yeah.
Huh? See, it's easy to read. It's real easy to read, ain't it? Huh? It's very easy to read. But I'm guaranteeing you it wasn't easy to do. Watch this. See, some of us have already experienced losing some friends, losing some family, losing some jobs, losing some finance. Huh? Because the Lord said, walk away. Listen, people of God, but I'm here to tell you, just as sure as you walked away, some people can't walk away. So watch this. So what in essence has taken place is that they're weak in the faith. In other words, watch this. When it comes down to believing that God will give in the midst of me not having, they don't quite get that. See, but Jesus told us, whatever we lose in this life, he will return 100-fold. Listen, people of God, listen, we're going to go through some troubles. But let us not be weak in faith. He considered not his own body now dead when he was about 100 years old, neither yet the deadness of Sarah's womb. Come on. He staggered not at the promise through unbelief, but was strong in faith. See, how many of us, yeah, when it comes down to getting what God wants done, come on, how many of us look at our own physical abilities, our own mental abilities? How many of us look at how well we can speak, how people respect us, how people view us? Come on, how many of us? But you know what? We don't want them troubles. We don't want them troubles. I don't want to face the humiliation. Okay? I don't want to face the shame. Them troubles. Okay? Look. But if pleasing God is our determining factor, if pleasing God is our driving factor, come on, what we're going to do? See, Moses couldn't speak either, but some kind of way he was convinced to go on. Jeremiah couldn't speak. He had a problem. Thought he was too young, but still some kind of way he found himself going on. Listen, because their faith became stronger. People of God, sometimes we need to find the correct amount of faith to do what we need to do in this life. That means whatever kind of trouble we face, we can't allow that, to become our determining factor to quit. We got to put our hope when there is no hope. We got to put our hope in the power of God, that God will do all that he said he's going to do. Now, what if God told you, people of God, that you're not getting done because your faith is weak? Look, I'm here to tell you tonight, get it done because God is with you. If God has called you to do a thing, God is going to empower you. Everybody you see in the word was incapable. God loved to take the incapable. He said, I use the weak things of the world to confound the strong. God wants a weak self. God wants a stuttering self. God wants, listen, God wants when we so lame that it can be said, God has done thus. That what? God can get the glory. God is looking for some weak people to show himself strong through. He's looking for some old men to do some young things, and looking for some young men to do some old things through ancient wisdom. Yeah. So people of God, be empowered. What weakness? Let us pray. Amen. Amen.